All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Been wanting to start this for a while. Just wanting a platform to really talk about my passions, my sports passions. Big UFC guy, big Chicago sports guy. Sox over Cubs, of course. Cubs suck. Um, just trying to discuss different topics. All my teams. Obviously, right now it's the MLB off season, so not much to talk about. Free agency is going on right now. Actually, Cubs just signed Alex Bregman from the Red Sox, his former team, as of Saturday. White Sox have already gotten a couple of guys in the offseason. We got Japan's leagues, the KBO's home run leader all time, Murakami. I think that's a 2 to 3 year deal, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty team friendly deal, with some options in there. Hopefully that'll improve the team. Probably stick him at DH. He's a first baseman, third baseman. I hear he wants to play third, but I don't know. We got a lot of good young infielders on the White Sox on the come up. Of course, we have Colson Montgomery, Chase Mydroth, first overall pick in this year's draft as well. So probably take Rock. I think that's how you say it. Rock from UCLA. He's a shortstop. Got a lot of infield talent in the farm system as well. Billy Carlson. But we'll see where we stick him. Probably DH, maybe, if Andrew Benintendi doesn't keep on getting hurt. But yeah, White Sox are on the come up. They're young. A lot of the Chicago teams are young and up and coming. Hopefully, Cubs kind of getting older there, but White Sox still going strong. Bright future ahead. Thankfully for the White Sox, and for the Bears. Bears just won a big game on Saturday against the Packers, rival, third time meeting in the playoffs. Bears are up 2-1. Obviously, the Packers took the 2010 NFC Championship against the Bears in devastating fashion, and we returned the favor on Saturday. Caleb Williams threw for 300-plus yards, but I think close to 40 attempts, so he was about 50% completion rate, but completion rate does not matter when you win the game, and especially when you're making big-time throws like Caleb Williams does constantly, especially on that 4th and 8 to Roma Dunze. I don't think he had either foot on the ground. He was Jordan-style in that throw. Just beautiful throw. His team just has no quit in him. I definitely was down in the dumps at halftime for that Packers game, but bad things and words were going through my head, but eventually they turned it around in the second half. Looked like a second half team, for the most of this year, really. Slow starters, which is not always great, especially in the playoffs, but them boys just don't have any quit. They just keep going. The defense played way better than they did in the first half. We're starting to get some stops. We really did a good job at neutralizing Josh Jacobs, the Packers running back. He really didn't have a big game. It was either make Jordan Love beat us or make Josh Jacobs beat us, and we chose Jordan Love. Thankfully, he wasn't able to make any big-time throws. He's not a clutch player. He's pretty garbage, so we got the win, and I think we play the Rams. We play the Rams on Sunday, this coming Sunday. Not sure the time yet because I'm pretty sure the AFC's playing today as of this recording on Monday. It's Steelers. Somebody in the Steelers. Oh, Steelers-Texans. That's going to be a good game. It's going to be a defensive game. If you're a betting man, I'd probably tell you to take the under, but that defense, the Texans defense is pretty generational. It's probably a top 5 defense, probably all time. The way they're playing right now, their secondary locked down, and their defensive line gets pressure when they need to, and when you have that, you have a pretty good offense, obviously. good pass rush makes a good secondary. Good secondary makes the pass rush look good because you have plenty of time to get to the quarterback. But enough about other teams. Back to the Bears. We're matching up against the Rams, which is not looking great for our secondary. Bears have had a couple injuries throughout the season. Had a couple guys step up. Deshaun Wright actually leads the league in turnovers. I think 5 picks and a couple of fumbles. But he was getting diced up by Romeo Doubs and the Packers wide receiving core. He's been a backup for a while, and then this season when our secondary got riddled with injuries, he stepped up. He's not the best man-to-man corner, but he'll get you turnovers, and that's kind of been the Bears' motto for this whole season is just turnovers. If we could get 1 or 2, we're pretty much winning the game. Because them Bears are not going to get another stop after that. If we don't get a turnover, we're probably not stopping them from scoring. Unfortunately, they're going to get a field goal or a touchdown, which is not what you want. But them Bears, they pull them out. They pull out the games, and offense does enough. Offense is electric, especially with Caleb Williams, obviously, that I've talked about. DeAndre Swift has had a career year, 1,000-plus rushing yards. Kyle Monangai, the rookie running back out of Rutgers, he's been a steal of the draft. Obviously, with the rookie Loveland at tight end, he's amazing. He's generational. Not generational, that's crazy. But he's very good. People are saying now after that wild card game against the Packers, it was Brady, Gronk, Kelsey, and Mahomes, and now it's Loveland and Williams, and I hope for that to be true in the future. Maybe some deep playoff runs, especially with them too. And then our wideouts, we have second-year wide receiver Roma Dunze. He's wide receiver 1. He's been injured for the past 3-4 games, resting up that foot injury. He was back on Saturday against the Packers. Made a big catch in the 4th. Other than that, he didn't see much action. DJ Moore, obviously the veteran leadership of that wide receiver group. He's been all right. He's not the best player, but he's definitely clutch, to say the least, for the Bears this season. Our O-line, headed by Joe Thuney. Rookie Ozzie Trapillo. A good O-line. Ryan Poles really built around it this offseason. He said he'd improve it, and he did. Seen some big improvements from them, especially from years past where we've had no pass protection whatsoever. So yeah, hopefully that Rams wide receiver core doesn't eat us alive on defense, because the secondary is just, I don't know how they're going to handle Puka Nacua, probably the best wide receiver in the NFL this year, and also Devontae Adams. He's a red zone threat. I think Matthew Stafford has thrown for 12 1-yard touchdowns to him, which is just an insane amount. But Bears do have a really good red zone defense, so that'll be an interesting matchup on Sunday for sure. If you were to ask me if we were going to win the Super Bowl, I'd probably say no, not this year. I think we're ahead of schedule. I don't know if we were supposed to be here in the playoffs, but Ben Johnson, with his leadership and his poise, has really helped this team grow and get in spots where we can win those games. With the White Sox, this upcoming season, I'm probably thinking 75 wins-ish. Last year, people thought we were just going to be garbage and lay down again, but with our young core, like I said, Colson Montgomery, Chase Mydroth, Kyle Teal behind the dish. We got some young pitchers too in the farm system as well, that are up and coming. Hagen Smith, Noah Schultz, and then Drew Thorpe, who has pitched for the White Sox before. He's coming off Tommy John surgery. Hopefully he'll return for this upcoming season. Especially with the weak division that we're in, I think we can win it within 2 years from now, if not next year, next season. Especially if Murakami ends up panning out, giving us 30 home runs, especially if Colson Montgomery keeps up the power surge that he had last year, which is incredible. And Chase Maidroth is a pretty good hitter. Kyle Teal, especially, he'll get you some big hits, and not to mention our backup per se. It's kind of a two-headed monster with Edgar Cuero and Kyle Teal behind the dish. Edgar Cuero will get you hits, man. He hit for 327-ish last year for the White Sox, and so if we just get the boys some pitching, maybe a new right fielder, not a big fan, or really corner outfield. Corner outfielder would be nice, especially with Benintendi always getting hurt, and just having to rotate, AAA, AA guys in the lineup, which is not ideal, obviously, if they don't end up performing. But in center field, we still have Luis Robert Jr. Brought him back on a $20 million option, I'm pretty sure, just to see what he's got, really. I mean, if anything, we just trade deadline, get some prospects from another team, maybe a replacement for him. But he showed some flashes in the past. Hasn't really brought those back up in a couple years, but you see it from time to time where he's just he's special when he wants to be, when he's healthy, I guess, is probably what he would say. And with the Bulls, haven't watched many Bulls games this year. I do know Mates is a dog. I'm a big Ayo Dosunmu fan from a couple years ago. They're all right, I think. Playing versus the Hawks, playing versus, probably the Hawks, playing, Bulls. Those are classics. If you know, you know. With the Blackhawks, they're up and coming as well. Connor Bedard was out for a couple weeks with the shoulder injury, but now he is back. We have a couple of good young core pieces there with Frank Nazar, Connor Bedard. It's just an exciting time to be a Chicago sports fan for the next couple years. Hopefully they'll all be going up in trajectory. Hopefully, and for the Cubs, I hope they go down in trajectory. Only Northsiders care about the Cubs and tourists, so not much to say about them. I do like Chris Bryant though. He's in Colorado though now, doing nothing. And with the UFC, I don't know. I'm. You can't really root. There's no teams in the UFC, obviously, so I'm a big Max Holloway fan. He's probably my favorite fighter, even though I wasn't watching him whenever he first started his UFC career. I've kind of kept up with it in the past 3 to 4 years. I've definitely gone back and watched a lot of his fights. I really was up and coming last year, Joshua Van, who just won the title off of Alexander Pantoja in the flyweight division. Kind of fraudulently against Pantoja, because Pantoja broke his arm in the first 30 seconds of that fight. So really wouldn't have. We didn't really see how that would have panned out. Hopefully they'll rematch that mid this year. Upcoming pay-per-view is Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is a 37, and Paddy Pimblett is early 30s, late 20s, or no, mid 20s. I think Paddy Pimblett's like 26. That's going to be an interesting matchup, just with Justin Gaethje being the way better striker, and Paddy Pimblett being really good grappling. Pimblett doesn't really have the best wrestling, and Gaethje does have a really good wrestling, and I'm sure he's been improved on the grappling after fighting a couple grappling legends in the UFC. Just to name a few, Khabib and Charles Oliveira. So I'm sure he's improved in that department, because obviously you're not just gonna not improve on your grappling and while you're training for those guys. And over the years, I do think Justin Gaethje does surprise Paddy Pimblett. Really, it comes down to, can Paddy Pimblett knock out Justin Gaethje, and and I don't think he can. Paddy Pimblett, he's not known for his knockouts as of right now, but that can change obviously if he gets a important one here for the interim lightweight title. Obviously it was supposed to be Paddy versus Ilia Topuria, but he has some personal issues that he cannot fight right now. It's getting pretty messy over there, but I'm sure they'll look to do whoever wins this fight against Ilia Topuria, Top Toro, in the summer. Maybe White House card. Who knows? Who else? What other fighters? Tom Aspinall in the heavyweight division. Love him. Love his fights. Love the way he fights. Great role model for those kids over there in the UK. He's sitting out as of right now. He got double eye poked in his last fight. It requires double eye surgery. Last time we heard of that was Stipe Miocic versus DC for the heavyweight title, and that did not bode well. Eyes are a very sensitive thing, so hopefully he can recover. Could be out up to a year, which he's already he already sat out for a year for ACL surgery 2 years ago, something like that. So hopefully he can return and have a speedy recovery. Just a couple things just to start off. I'm probably going to have some more Chicago Bears content coming soon, especially with their playoff push. And, the offseason, NFL offseason, going to look for some free agents, see where the big hitters land. In the Atlanta area, everybody's buzzing about Kyle Pitts. They probably will not re-sign him. His price tag will probably be too high. Who knows what the Falcons are going to do, because they got 2 quarterbacks that they're paying currently, and one they're paying a lot of money, Kirk Cousins. But he may be off this year, I think, or next year, so they might try and offload that contract. He might try and go back to, Minnesota wouldn't be a bad spot, especially with J.J. McCarthy's injuries, and maybe as a mentor he could go back, but who knows? Maybe he's an Indianapolis Colt. He fits the bill. He fits the bill to be an Indianapolis Colt. They choked, huh? Wow, that was crazy. But NFC divisional round, just to wrap things up. 49ers, Seahawks, Bears, Rams. I do think if the Bears can lock up that Rams that Rams wide receiver core, I think we could win this game. Especially if we can get the run game going strong off the bat. So I think it might be Bears, and with the Seahawks, 49ers, I think the Seahawks do pull out this win. It's going to be a very close game. We shall see, who can really, obviously get the stops, the easiest. But I do think with that Seahawks defense is pretty locked down. So I think they pull out that win. So I think NFC Championship, Seahawks, Bears rematch of was it a rematch? I feel like they already faced each other, but yeah, Bears, Seahawks, NFC Championship, AFC Championship. Who is it? Not sure, or I guess I can't say yet because the Steelers-Texans game hasn't taken place yet, but we'll see with them, and exciting times ahead. UFCs, they're on their, not much to talk about right now because a 6-week-long break since December. But once they start releasing some more pay-per-views, I'll give some previews on that. And that's it. Just kind of a summary of my fandom, of my passion. Lifelong Bears fan, lifelong White Sox fan, not bandwagon. Bandwagon. Bear down, baby. Exciting time for Chicago, even though I don't live there. I'm excited. So bear down and see you on the next one.